Hello and very warm welcome to everybody of you here on our YOTA online session number 8 tonight. Today is the 17th of December, shortly before Christmas, and we are currently within our December YOTA month activity. And we will talk about a December special tonight. So we invited a lot of guests. We will introduce you to them in just a few minutes. And before that, my name is Philip, Delta Kilo 6 Sierra Papa from Germany. And I'm the Youth Working Group Chair from IARU Region 1. IARU is the International Amateur Radio Union. And Youngsters on the Air is an initiative established in 2011 from the International Amateur Radio Union. And we established YOTA Online a few months ago. So as always, if you have any questions occurring during the session, feel free to post them under our streams. We are streaming live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So just feel free to reach out to us, and we try to answer those questions during the session. Let's move on to the agenda. We will talk about why YOTA Online has been established shortly. We will show you a bit about the event circumstances, who is the team behind YOTA Online, which is a big team. We will give you a short introduction here. We will introduce you to our worldwide guests from tonight. Furthermore, we will talk about the YOTA Raffle we will have tonight with a special sponsor. So big prizes will be given away. Then our December special will be beginning, which is kind of the main topic today. We will afterwards have the YOTA Raffle, including the prize draw and announcing of the winners, and at the end a little session closing. So we will continue with why YOTA Online, and I will give the microphone to Finland. Ottawa, go ahead.
Thank you, Philip. My name is Ottawa Oscar Hotel 3 Oscar Tango, and I'm from Finland. And next we will go through why is YOTA Online established. So there are two main factors for YOTA Online. First of them is that due to COVID-19 pandemic, several YOTA events had to be cancelled or postponed until further notice. But still, a lot of youngsters want to join YOTA activities each year, and that's why we thought it would be great to create an interactive format to gather youngsters on a regular basis to join us within YOTA Online sessions. Next, a little about event circumstances. At first, YOTA Online, what is the great thing is that it's open for anybody around the world, and it's online and free for everyone. We're talking about specific topics, including following Q&A sessions, answering your questions regarding YOTA topics, and the prize drawing. Today, our special topics will be, still you will see in a while, but we will have a lot of questions today, which I will introduce in just a while. Also, special prizes for loyal viewers after several YOTA Online events, and this is the first event that we're going to give away the special prize, an ICOM radio that you will see shortly. And as usual, the event will last around 1 to 1.5 hours every last Thursday of the month. So next we will go through who is the team working behind YOTA Online. So who are we? We are a working group within IARU Region 1, Youth Working Group, and we have Claudia, Philip, and Markus from Germany, I from Finland, Martina from Czech Republic, and Peter and Jendel from Belgium. Today we have many interesting questions. First of them is the establisher of YOTA, Florin, Yankee Oscar 9 Charlie November United, and with him we have Chris, Echo 07 Golf Mike, and next we will have Koos, Zulu Radio 6 Kilo Fox from South Africa, and Luca, Italy Uniform 2, Fox Radio Lima from Italy. And on the third ground, we will have Maria, Yankee Uniform 3 Alpha Whiskey Alpha from Serbia, and Vilma OS2 Victor Tango from Finland. I warmly welcome everyone to use today's session, and I hope you are enjoying it.
Thanks, Ottawa. Then before we start the session completely, I will just shortly introduce you to the YOTA Raffle tonight. What will be here. So if you have your phone on hand, scan the QR code already. We will show you the QR code at several points during the evening, again, as well as post the link directly to the Google form under our live streams. Basically, you just have to fill in the Google form tonight. There will be no real riddle as usual. And today we want you, as this is the December special, to think about 3 words that come up to your mind when you have to think about ham radio. So this will be the task for tonight, to be able to win our special prizes tonight. While talking about prizes, we will have a big prize available, sponsored by ICOM. This will be an ICOM ID 4100 Echo. So a beautiful radio for VHF and UHF operations. Furthermore, we will have some ICOM giveaways, which you can't buy. This is great stuff. We will be showing you shortly during the session. 2 more things which are important here. To win the radio, you have to be a licensed radio operator, unfortunately. Otherwise, we can't give the radio to a winner if he or she is not a licensed ham. Furthermore, to win the prizes, you have to be present at the raffle and either send us an email to pr@ham-yota.com within a few minutes to verify you're still there if you have no login for our live streams on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. Or you just comment under the streams today. So if there will be no reaction by the random generated winner, we will have to give it away to the next one. So stay at the session tonight. We will show this slide some more times during the session to remind you and give you the chance to fill in the Google form. Just to remind you, think about 3 words that come to your mind when you think about ham radio. Then give us your name, the call sign, and an email address where we can contact you afterwards. And again, you have to be present at the raffle. Either comment on the streams or send us an email to pr@ham-yota.com shortly after we announce the winner on the live streams. Scan this QR code to be able to get to the Google form. We will also post the links now on the live streams. So again, if you have any more questions, if some questions occur while we have the session for YOTA in general or today's topic, December special, feel free to comment on the live streams as well. Our IT team is tracking those questions and referring them to our today's host, who you saw already within our team slide just a few minutes before. This will be Claudia, Delta Charlie 2 Charlie Lima from Germany, as well as Martina Oscar Kilo 2 Yankee Lima Quebec from Czech Republic. And they will introduce themselves shortly in a few seconds, and then they will start today's topic, the December special, and introduce the guests together. So I will hand over the microphone to you girls, and then see you later during the session.
Yeah, many thanks, Philip, and very warm welcome to all our listeners, but also, of course, especially to our guests. I'm really excited to do this today. I think it's going to be pretty cool and also, yeah, really interesting because we have nice guests who also have experienced a lot of great stuff all So yeah, let's just don't talk too much about it. We're going to start with 2 really interesting persons. It's going to be Florin, Yankee Oscar 9, Charlie November uniform, and Chris, Echo Sierra 7, Golf Mike. So hello, you two. And I think it might be cool if you just can shortly introduce yourself a little bit and also tell us what your interests are in Hamradio.
Should I start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. It's wonderful to see you all here. I'm Florin, as you already know from Philip and Claudia presentation. Yankee Oscar 9 Charlie Nancy uniform. And I am a radio amateur since 1973, so many years ago. As a student, and then in 1980 I got the call that I have it also now. I think this is just all for the beginning.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's totally fine. And maybe also, Chris, you can just probably say some sentences about you.
Yes. Hello from up north from Estonia, and with me it's quite simple because well, I've been licensed since 1998 when I was 9 years old, but everything is pretty much thanks to my father and my grandfather. So it runs in a family, and it's been pretty much all my life around me. So it's quite well, you can understand why I'm in it. And currently I'm also a president of Estonian Radio Amateur Union for the first time, and there will be.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you, Florin.
Congratulations.
And they're trying to force me to stay there for the second time as well, but we'll see in the spring. Is that okay as an introduction?
Yeah, sure. That's totally fine. You can also tell us a little bit more about your work in YOTA and also in your national society. But first, I would like to talk with Florin, and probably maybe our listeners now wonder why we invited him. But I'm really happy to have you here, actually, Florin, because you're basically the one who also came up with all this, with the idea about Youngsters on the Air and about YOTA. So I would like to know, how did you actually came up with this idea? How did it started? What was your idea behind everything?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, of course, I'm the youngest from all of you. Yeah, of course, like it's quite, maybe for some of you it's weird why I was invited. Yeah, as Claudia said, I came up with this idea 10 years ago, so in 2010, after 12 years of developing projects for youth in on different topics like art, environment, volunteering, training for self-development and social development. All this kind of project I have done within our organization. It's a non-profit organization called Zamolses Foundation. And yeah, I was invited by the former General Secretary of our federation, National Federation, in 2010 to make a presentation, to make sort of a link between Hamradio and youth programs of European Commission, because European Commission has a youth program. They gave money to develop projects since 1996, and we are quite active in this program. And I made this presentation. I presented in some Ham meeting in my town in Campina. There were 2-3 people interested, okay, and I said, wait, why should I not develop this kind of project? I mean, it could be quite a wonderful way to bring, let's say, new blood in Hamradio. I mean, to bring youngsters in this hobby, because as I don't know how it's in other countries, but at least in our country, there are quite most of the radio amateurs, ham radios are quite old, not so many young people. But now the things are changing. And in 2010, in October, I applied the project. So I wrote a project and I applied the project. I designed a program, a 7 days activity program with my friend Florian, Yankee Oscar 9 Golf Juliet X-ray. He was for technical part and I was for non-formal education part, a lot of activities, a lot of, you know, you already know the international intercultural evening, you know, with the food and drinks, you know, and all these kind of things. And in the first row, let's say, in the first time, the project was not approved, but we got some hints from our national agency, from the Youth in Action program, and second time we applied, and in June we got a big yes answer, and the project was approved. There were invited 40 youngsters, 45 persons, but 40 youngsters from them, because each group was composed of 5 people, 1 group leader, and 4 youngsters. There were 9 countries, but unfortunately Bulgaria couldn't participate, so we were just 8. So it was, just to remember, very, very good. It was Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, it was Holland, it was Belgium, it was Slovenia, Romania, and Poland. Okay, I know. And it was, yeah, I mean, of course, being the first project, it's my heart project, of course, my baby, let's say. Now after 9 years, I see that the baby now is quite grown up and developed on different levels. And I have quite excellent remindings with all the people who participated in those 7 days. We had a lot of activities. If you go on YouTube and search for Youngsters on the Air 2011, you'll find 2 movies, one short one, it is 11 minutes, and a longer one, which is 43 minutes, with all the activities, and it's quite interesting to see it, just to see how was the first experience, the first project in Youngsters on the Air. Yeah, I think I can say, I can tell a lot of things, but I think not to be so long.
Yeah, sure. But many thanks already, Florin. It has been already pretty interesting. And you said, yeah, right, it's already up for some years. And yeah, it also developed, and it really grows a lot, the YOTA projects. Is there actually something you probably would give us, the youngsters or the youth working group, up on the way? Is there something what we probably missed in doing, or yeah, like, are you happy on how everything turned out, or is there some advice or some other stuff you would like to tell us?
Yeah, sure. There are some things. I mean, from the original junior project, were lost some things on the way, and some things were changed. Okay, I understand. I mean, since I mean, some of you know, maybe since the project in Italy in 2015. So 2014 in Finland was the last project financed by Erasmus Plus, by the youth program of European Commission, and Lisa succeeded to get the grant from IARU Region 1, and in 2015 in Italy was the first project under IARU umbrella. There were lost some things, because in the first project was my idea was that to make a bridge between elders, so elder Hamradio and the young Hamradio. The first one can bring their experience, of course, in the hobby, and the second one can bring their enthusiasm, their creativity, no, and so they can make together excellent things. I mean, these things, in a way, maybe it was lost, because it was some age limit that the group leader couldn't be older than 26 years. But okay, this was a decision. I mean, what was, I don't say it's wrong or good, just how it was in the first project, not how it is now. And another thing that maybe was, I don't know if it's still there, because I couldn't, I participated in Austria, I participated, and then I couldn't participate from different reasons that doesn't belong to me. But anyway, I mean, we had one session. It was one open session, and we invited volunteers from our town to the project, to the meeting with the Hamradio from different countries, just to know what is Hamradio and how. So if they are interested in this excellent hobby, how they can get it, inside. Let's say. Maybe I don't know. Those are not organized in the last project because I didn't participate. Also, another thing was that I strongly believe, especially in your age, with so much, again, said enthusiasm, creativity, and force, you can have a lot of ideas. And Peter knows, because Peter was in the first project in Romania. We had an excellent entrepreneurship workshop. In one day, all the people in teams of 5, they make brainstorming, and gave ideas how to make a business from Hamradio hobby. And there were really excellent presentation. And one of it that I still remember, it was one 14 years old boy from Lithuania, I think, or Latvia, Povilas, and he had quite a brilliant presentation about how to make a business in Hamradio. Also, another thing that I understand it, okay, it was that this part of non-formal education was not so much kept because there were not people with skills in this. I mean that, and therefore now YOTA it's mostly on technical stuff, and it was from this non-formal education. It's still just the intercultural evening. It's the only kept. But it's understandable that, of course, maybe if you need in the future project, I can give you some ideas, some hints how to organize different games and role plays in order to raise the self-esteem of the youngsters, to improve the communication skills, and things like this, how to work together, I mean, teamwork skills, and these kind of things. For the now, I think this is the things. If I remember something else, I can tell you later. I cannot hear you, Claudia.
You muted. Yep. I think Claudia is muted.
Hello?
Yes, now it's better.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Florin, for telling me that it's not working. That's like the small technical issues. Yeah, but also many thanks for your ideas and also for your thoughts behind that. That's pretty interesting, and that's also helping us on still developing the YOTA. And yeah, there have been some things you mentioned where we are already planning a little bit on how we can include this maybe. So yeah, that's cool. Many thanks for your input, Florin. That's I really appreciate it, and I'm really happy that you joined us and yeah, told us also a little bit about all this background and how everything started. I think that's also always really interesting to keep in mind. And I think I'm going to hand over to Martina and to see what Chris, how Chris was, how his career in YOTA started and what he's doing now.
Yeah, exactly. So Chris, can you be with us? Like, can you hear us and talk to us?
Yes, I can.
Okay. My question for you is how you got involved into YOTA. So if you can tell us something about it.
Yes. Well, at first, I would like to continue with what Florin said.
Okay.
Well, it's for me. It started in 2012, even though I was invited for the first one as well. But I can't really remember what it was that I couldn't go, and I was supposed to go already to Romania, but I was switching the last minute I think Tauri was the one who came instead of me. Anyway, I've seen now both sides of the YOTA when it was under the Youth in Action or the Erasmus project, and now as it is under the IARU Region 1 or Region 1. I think it's well, yeah, it used to be a bit different back in the day, and in my opinion, it's nice that YOTA took over everything, and what I've seen so far is well, as you know, we have grown a lot. What was it, eight teams at first in Romania? I think it was 9 or 10 teams, and now we are worldwide. And I think it's step by step improving and going definitely better. It just needs some time to get everything sorted out. But about me, for me the first one was in Belgium 2012, and again I was I was invited. And this time I was able to go, and I instantly fell in love with the system and with the project, and I was amazed to see that there are so many young people around me who are also happen to be radio amateurs, and unfortunately, I know that recent years I haven't been there, but if possible, I would still like to go. But yeah, it's love from the first sight, I would say.
Okay. Well, that's very nice. And I have another question for you, and that's how YOTA affected like your national society. Like, yeah, how it just happened? If it changed something or how it's going on?
Yeah, well, Estonia is such a tiny country, and I must say now, as the president, that it's a bit tricky up here because well, we have youngsters, we do have, but we don't have enough manpower to maybe. I think we're missing the people who are actually willing to invest their own time into developing schools, youth projects, getting children and youngsters to get the first contact and to even introduce the radio overall. It's not really dead. It's working. We still have in capital city, we have some places, some other towns in Estonia also. We have some schools and people who are still investing their own time, but it's I can't say it's going too well. What I can say is we constantly still get like I would say maybe 10 to 15 new youngsters every year. But now the other problem is even if we get interest and they actually find us, we don't have those mentors to push them forward. And that's the other tricky part. But we're doing our best and step by step still trying to improve. But also other thing is, well, we're I would say Estonia is pretty much IT oriented, and schools are pushing a lot to develop young IT specialists, and it's computer based. Everything is computer based, and it's working much better than any other project in schools. So it's tricky, but we're slowly trying to get some young people involved. But then again, we still have quite a nice group of youngsters, and so far I think we haven't missed a one single YOTA, except maybe South Africa, where we didn't have Estonian team. But every other year we've still been able to send some youngsters, and after the event itself, they have been stick to the hobby. So it is what it is right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's really nice to meet like new Estonian guys every YOTA. And now we have like a last question for both of you, also for Florin, and that's how do you see the youth in Hamradio in the future? So I think that it doesn't matter who will start, just answer this question.
Florin, if you allow me, I could start.
Sure.
I think it will eventually be more popular. One thing, of course, is the job you guys are doing. We got streams once a month. We got YouTube, Facebook, we got everything. We got our own web page, which is nice and it works. But I think at some point, youth will will try to find something different, something that isn't mainstream. And trust me, Hamradio is not mainstream. It's something totally different, and it will take some time. And I truly believe that eventually we will have. Well, I would like to believe, or love to believe, that at some point we will have youngsters booming in and trying to figure out what Hamradio is all about.
Okay. And what's your opinion about this question, Florin? What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, being active in youth work since almost 25 years. So I work all the time with youngsters in different fields. So I think that youngsters are the only chance to keep alive this ham radio hobby, because in 25 years maybe will be just very, very few ham radios. I mean, know what I mean, because there are a lot of old people. And we are now running a project. It's called Smart Kids and Teens on the Air. And we have something like 16 youngsters that I hope that they want to become ham radio operators. And we make, unfortunately for this time, yeah, we make online workshops with them in electronics, ham radio, and in ARDF, in fox hunting, yeah. Yeah, I think also, as Christian said, we also in Romania miss the mentors to give life to these small groups in their towns, and to bring youngsters to this hobby. But yeah, what can we say? That just to hope that easy the things maybe they will change, and ham radio will become a real hobby, because it is such a complex hobby, such a scientific hobby, and sure there will be, as the motto is, there will be youngsters in the ham radio, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Also, thank you guys for your answer, and also just shortly from my side, I think it's the same. Actually, also YOTA, I think it's really nice to actually show that there are youngsters, and that I think also in the future, I hope it will continue like that, and I hope that there's still youngsters, and I actually do think so. Also, as Chris said. It's a nice hobby, and also the youngsters will be interested in something more than also just some internet sources probably, or something. So yeah, exactly. So thank you very much, Florin and Chris. We probably have a short ending question for you in the end, so we hopefully see you shortly in the end again. But now we would like to continue with our next two guests. It's going to be Kus, Zulu Radio 6 Kilo Foxtrot, and Luca, Italy Uniform 2 Fox Radio Lima. And since we're live, there might also be some issues. So let's check if Kus is here, because we might not have a stable connection. So Kus, can you hear us? Okay, so I guess it's the connection. Let's see if it maybe works later. So, well, let's just, Luca, you can, I hope you can hear us.
Yeah.
Perfect. So maybe you can also shortly introduce yourself, and then I will also hand you over to Martina again.
Okay. So hi, everybody. I'm Luca, IARU Region from Mantova, a small town in North Italy. I'm one of the spokesmen of the YOTA Italy group, and so I hope to represent all the youngsters that we have in our group in this night. So I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, we are also super happy that we can have you here. Just shortly before we start with giving you a question, just don't forget, people, that there is still a YOTA raffle, so you can still participate. You can still go on the link, on the QR code, and there's still a chance to win something super cool. So yeah, that is. And Luca, I got the first question for you, and that's if you can tell us something about your local area and the youngsters that are involved in your area?
Okay, so as I said, I live in a quite a small town, so we didn't really have any like big youngster guys in our club. So we got an agreement with a town which is quite close to us, which is Verona, and they have a big Hamradio club which is called Italy Quebec 3 Victor Oscar, where they have like 15 to 20 youngsters, something like that, and they also have some of the one of the members, which is like a very important person in the school system in Italy. So we got in touch with the school minister to get some activities, like nationwide activities, which is called Radio in the School. So we really hope that in the next year, when the pandemic, I hope we will be over, we can get some activity with the school, because we see that there are a lot of young people that may like to get involved in ham radio, but you really need like to push them, and also to find some activities that are really good for them. So we also saw that they're very interesting when we go outside. So like when we do like field activities such as contests or like SOTA activities or something like that, they really love to get with us and do like camping, for example, if it's a multiple days contest, and be with us for some days, because sometimes we also find like very weird and hidden spots, such as some weird mountains or abandoned military base, as the one you see here on my background, which was one of the activities that we did this year. And so, as I said, we're not really much in this area, but we're trying to do something, and we hope that the next year will be much better than this one, and to continue our activities.
Yeah, I think we all hoping the same, that the next year will be better than this one at those point. And we met in Netherlands, I think, and also in Bulgaria.
Yeah.
And that's my question. My next question is kind of connected to it, and that's could you tell us what's your favorite memory of YOTA camps you attended? Like, it doesn't really matter which one it will be, or you can also tell about both. But if there's like a specific moment or something like that.
Okay, so if I'm not wrong, I've been in 2 international camp and 2 sub-regional camp. But I think the part that I really mostly enjoy on the camp is the intercultural evening. And mostly I remember the one that we did in Bulgaria, because we tried to throw Alex, which is of the Italian spokesman in the YOTA group, in the pool. And when he got in the pool, we also get everybody in the pool, and we had a very big pool party with the fireworks, and it was a very nice moment. We were all together, like playing, chatting, and it was really nice. I really liked that camp. It was really a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can remember that. It was super fun. And something about, for example, Netherlands. Was there something like you enjoyed the most? Because we know it wasn't that big. There were like people from closer countries, so it was another chance to meet like some new people.
Yeah, I remember that we did like an Italian invasion there, because we were like 5 or 6 guys from Italy, and it was kind of nice. And I think I got impressed because they were able to find like some arguments that were not really like ham radio stuff, but they were like ham radio related. So, for example, when we did the meeting on jet engines, which you say, okay, it's nothing related with ham radio, but we also had like some classes on like remote controls and stuff like that. So it's always very nice, I think, when you find some arguments which are not really like totally ham radio, but they are somehow linked. So it's funny, and you have always something new to learn when it's really good with this camp.
Yeah. Okay. Claudia, have you something to ask our guest?
No, well, I think Luca told us a lot and nice things, also about nice experience actually. Well, I think I have the question to you also, Luca. How do you see youth in Hamradio in the future?
Okay, that's a nice question, because I think that like the world is like moving very fast, and every like new technologies and new stuff are getting in our hobbies every day. So we have like new digital modes, new type of transceivers and stuff like that. So we will have to find a proper balance between the new stuff and the old stuff. Because if we want to reach out a lot of young people, we need to move forward. So with the new technologies, so as Chris said, we have to maybe to move slightly like on the IT side, and there are a lot of, for example, like digital modes. We did one fair last year, which was the Maker Fair in Rome, where we presented some SDR station and receiving and transmitting like video stream with the Adam Pluto, which is like a small developing board that we had. And there was a very nice connection between ham radio and informatic technology in general. And we managed to reach a lot of guys. We actually had like 2 or 3 guys that same day joined the YOTA Italy group, and also we got a lot of contact with like teachers and schools in general. So we're really looking forward to get there the next year and maybe get a lot of new people. And other than that, during the last national club elections, we had one of our guys, which is Christian, is called Christian, that got elected. So now we have like a representative in the in our national association chair, let's say. And that's really good news, because we were able to get some funds that we can use for the next activities. And we hope in the next weeks to be ready to announce that events that we are trying to plan and try to really push to finish before the end of the year.
Yeah, that's cool. I actually also really like the point on SDR and the makerspace. Do you actually already have some experience about the probably non-ham radio youngsters were also interested in that, like for example some computer scientists probably. So do you already can see that there might be a connection between more probably some students who don't have who not have seen ham radio yet and SDR and makerspace? So do you think, or do you all already have some experience on how well this works together?
Well, I think it could be like on both sides, because, for example, we were trying to get an AR ISS contact last year with the International Space Station in a school here in my town. And the easiest and cheapest way to present that event to the guys was to buy a really cheap SDR stick that you can find on eBay for a few dollars, let's say. And they were kind of surprised with all the stuff that you can do with a small computer and a small and very cheap USB stick. And so you can listen to the International Space Station, a lot of satellites. We did a couple of demonstrations on weather satellites and something like that. And so I think that even if you're not really interested in ham radio, you can say, okay, let's spend, let's say $5, get that USB stick and start to get involved in ham radio. So at least you know how it works, what you can hear, what you cannot hear, and how a radio works. So, and that's a very nice thing, because if you go straight with a ham radio transceiver, which are usually quite expensive, there's no I think, in my opinion, this is not really the best way to approach to young guys that maybe just starting. It doesn't have a lot of money to try And so you will like scare him and say, okay, to get a ham radio operator, you will have to buy like €1,000 radio. So I think he will get scared, and that's not the best thing to do.
Yeah, that's true, but it's actually also a really smart idea with the small SDR sticks, and also like as you mentioned, the satellites and the ISS. I think that actually also shows you what also Chris and Florin before said, that it actually is not a kind of ordinary hobby. It has like a lot of different facets, and you can do some really cool stuff, and also actually some really different stuff within Hamradio. Well, thank you very much, Luca, for telling us about also your experiences and also what you achieved and what you did in Italy. I think that's really cool, and also really nice ideas what you actually had and what you also achieved so far. And let's just I will shortly remind you that you will only have 3 minutes left to fill in the YOTA raffle. So if you want to participate and want to have the chance to win some really nice prizes today, just fill out the form. There now like only 2 minutes left. So please do that if you haven't done it yet. And let's just shortly check if Koos is back. So because he has not his internet down in South Africa is probably not working also right now. So do we have something from Koos? Okay, it's not the case. So doesn't matter, we're live, so sometimes that happens. But then I think we can just continue with our next two guests, and I'm actually also really excited that those two are also YLs. I really appreciate also that to see them on air and also live here and be active. So it's going to be Wilma, Oscar Hotel 2, Victor Tango, and Maria, Yankee Uniform 3, Alpha Whiskey Alpha. So hello, you two. And as we did before, maybe you can also just shortly introduce yourself and maybe just tell us shortly on how you actually got started with Hamradio, and how did you came to this hobby?
Okay, can I start? It's Maria.
Yeah, sure, Maria, start.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. My name is Maria. I am Yankee United 3 Alpha Whiskey Alpha. I'm from north part of Serbia, and a little about me. You can hear me almost every day on the air. I'm usually QRV, and looking forward to hear you on the bands.
Yeah, great. Thank you. And maybe also Wilma, you can probably also shortly introduce yourself.
Hi, so I'm Wilma. I live in Finland. My call sign is OH2 Victor Tokyo. And I basically got my license in 2017, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's really nice. And Wilma, I would just like to start with you first. So maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the YOTA program within your national society in Finland, e.g., like for example, what you've done with Train the Trainer, and what have been your thoughts about Train the Trainer?
So we have done really many things with YOTA programs in Finland, because we have a special youth team in Finland in our national society. So we are really active on the youth and Hamradio. And about Train to Trainer, obviously we have Ottawa, who is head of Train to Trainer right now. And also we have included Train to Trainer kind of program in our own society where we our youth team, we have a blog, so we make blog posts every now and then and introduce our activities as a youth team, and also share our activities on the YOTA page and update you all there with our reports from Finland.
Yeah, exactly. As you said, the YOTA pages. I'm for example following you on your Instagram page, and it's really interesting to see that, because you it seems like you actually announce a lot. I don't speak Finnish. It's a really crazy language, so I'm not 100% sure on what you're sharing there, but it's pretty cool to see you actually really active on that. Can you maybe shortly tell us a little bit on how you actually organize this, and like how do you set up your or the Finnish YOTA Instagram or Facebook page? So how do you try to reach your youngsters?
Yes, so because Finland is a country, youngsters live away from each other. So I think it's really important for us to keep the community together. And personally, for me, the social media is a really, really good way to interact with the youngsters. And we try to update our social medias actively. And that's for our Finnish followers, and we make different kind of content there and market our events. When we are doing something, we try to update everyone on the stuff, and show youngsters, show older people that we have activities and we are there and we are doing stuff. And it's we have a website where we have the blog, we have Instagram account, we have YouTube, and we also are very active on our national societies social medias, because that's really important to like show on the society level that there is youngsters not only in our small community that we have already built. So we want to also communicate through our national society.
Yeah, that's really nice, and that's really great. And probably like another, maybe like more just a personal question to you. What's actually the thing you like most about the YOTA program, or also about the YOTA program in Finland itself?
Well, overall, what I like about YOTA program is that everyone is welcome like they are, and different countries, different nationalities, different cultures, and that's the most like what I like. Different cultures, meeting new people, having fun conversations, meeting at the camps and events. That's really important for me, and I really enjoy that. Also in Finland, the best thing is that we have a chat group on WhatsApp. And if somebody is having problems maybe with their station, you can just upload your picture, ask for help. Everyone is there to answer. Also, when we have something, especially when we are when youngsters from Finland are participating in contests, everyone is like, "Hey, how are you doing with your contest? Are you an heir from this to this?" And it's really nice that we have this group and we communicate there, and we can chat about everything, not only Hamradio, other technical stuff as well.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, and I think that's actually like a really good story also to see that actually the internet, for example, is nothing against ham radio. It actually can really support ham radio, and also especially the youngsters. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, Wilma, also for your answers. That was really, really interesting. And I will now hand over to Martina and Maria.
Yeah, we've been talking about like social medias. I know, Maria, that you're kind of like a huge person on Instagram, and you're trying to spread the ham radio into everyone. So my question is like really related to it, and that's how do you think that can social media help us to spread our hobby amongst the people who don't even know us? What's your opinion about that?
Yes, definitely yes. Since I created my account on Instagram, I think before 6 months before, something like that, a lot of people, especially from Serbia, send me a lot of message almost every day and just ask me what is that, what are you actually doing, and what is a radio. It's not just a radio when you're listening to music. Sometimes people have a wrong impression about that, and yeah, so I'm all questions and are welcome, and I'm very glad that I can help and answer and to introduce them to the hobby. So just want to give chance, and that someone can try something new, because unfortunately ham radio hobby is not so popular hobby in Serbia. And of course with social medias like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, we really can improve it, and we can popularize it. So yes, I think that we can do it very, very well by social medias.
Yeah, I think so. I think like that social media nowadays have like really big power to just spread this. And what things your like non amateur radio friends about what you're doing? What's the reaction about like that you're young YL?
Yes. In the start, it was very, I don't know how to say, it's very unusual for them. And what are you doing, Maria? What is that? Where do you spend your time? And yeah, I just said, you can try, of course. Please come here with me in the radio club, and I will show you everything what I'm doing. So a lot of my friends from my town come to my radio club, and then I show them everything, all of my equipment, antennas, radio stations, ARDF, transceivers, and transmitters. So when I talk about the hobby, it's a very, very difficult to others that they can't imagine what is how a radio station looks like. And so because of that, I prefer to show them this equipment in the radio club. And yeah, after that, I said that if you want, you can try to do it, and just you then after trying you can choose, is it for you or not. I think that it's very, very important that we need to give a chance to others, to our friends, to try it. And because if we not try, we wouldn't know if we like it or not. So my friends support me. I'm very happy that they accepted me in this in this crazy hobby. It's so interesting. So yes.
Yeah, that's great to hear that. Because we know that sometimes people look at us, especially at girls, that we are kind of like crazy. Nobody expects that girls will be like into something technical. So yeah, I absolutely understand you, and it's pretty nice that you got like supporters. So yeah, could you please tell us what's like your favorite thing about ham radio?
Oh, it's a difficult question. Well, I started in a ham radio with ARDF. So ARDF was my first love in this hobby. ARDF gives me a lot. And really, really, I like it so much. But during the last years, I'm more active on the air and I'm QRV, and most time I spend in my radio club and DXing. So maybe yes, DXing is really my big passion. I really like to just turn on the radio station and calling CQ, just one CQ, and there are a lot of stations. I'm very happy that a radio club in my town is one of the most active radio club in Serbia, and I have a really good opportunity to work from it, and also we have pretty good equipment, so it's not so difficult to do QSOs. Unfortunately, we have QRM, of course, but yes, DXing also contests. I like contesting so much, but unfortunately, during the weekends, I have other plans. I spend my time with youngsters from the radio club, and I teach young people. So during the weekend, I'm not so much QRV as during the from the Monday to Friday. And also one more activity is portable activities. I like trips, traveling, natures, spending time in the forest, in the parks. So trips and friends, a radio station, nature is the winning combination for me. So I like it so much.
Okay, that's great. I think now it's time for the last question, as we ask all our previous guests. So, how do you see the youth in Hamradio in future?
Okay, it's a very important question. I'm optimistic. Shortly, I really believe in the future of this hobby. I know that if we work together as a team, and if we have some goals, and of course strategies, we can do a lot. We need to share our experience, our ideas, and I really believe that this hobby will be more and more popular with young people. That's actually what I'm doing now, and previous years. But we need also the help of older ham radios, with people who are the more experienced in this hobby. So they really need to help us to try to promote this hobby. Yeah, I still say that I'm a baby in this hobby, because my career in hobby is only 7 years, and I learn every day something new, and still my knowledge is not so big, and I need to improve a lot of my skills. But for that, I need experienced hams with more ideas, and how to say, many years in this hobby, and together with their knowledge, with our skills about IT or about social medias and promoting this hobby, if we work together, we can do a lot of, and everything is for the benefits for the youngsters for this future.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I agree. Wilma, what about you? What do you think about it?
So I think I'm a little bit more pessimistic, and actually that is the reason what drives me to better our national society level ham radio activities, and also international ham radio activities, and also that is what drives me to spread the word in social medias. And also I really enjoy teaching others and teaching how to use social media as a tool to spread ham radio and as an hobby. And that is my thought about it. And I think I fear for our hobby to lose people, and that's what drives me to do better and teach others.
Yeah, that's true. And also thank you, Wilma. And I think that's actually also why I think it's important to, to get on air here, or live here probably to show the world more about our hobby. I think also what Maria is doing, to share her experience on the hobby. And I think it's definitely, you're right. That's we definitely need to work on that. But I think that's what we are also already doing. And but I think we should definitely also continue on that. Thank you very much, Maria and Wilma, for your input and also for your answers. I just would like to shortly tell also our listeners. Remember that if you still have any questions about YOTA in general, or also to some of our guests, you can ask them in the chat. And I will hand over to Philip to see who's the winner of our YOTA raffle. And in the end, we will have one more questions for our short questions still for our guests. And then we're actually already ready. But now, Philip, let's see who are the lucky ones.
Okie dokie. So our IT team made a random prize draw in the background while the girls were doing a fine job here. So we're gonna go to the YOTA raffle, and I will directly hand over to the IARU Region 1 Youth Working Group Vice Chair, who is Marcus, Delta Lima 8 Golf Mike, who will announce who will be the lucky winners. So Marcus, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Okay, well, first obligatory check. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. So the raffle, the first prize of all that picture you saw of all the icon merch. First one is gonna be the vest. Gonna be very useful in the upcoming winter. If you aren't stuck home during lockdown, as many of us are, unfortunately. So the winner of that vest was Susan, Papa Delta 3 Sierra Zulu November. Congratulations to the Netherlands. Then
please comment on the stream now so we see that you are here, and you will have some minutes. We will wait until the last question round to receive all answers, and if you're not responding, we will do another raffle on the prize.
Yes, so I saw Susan in chat earlier, so I guess just write us there or by email. Anyways, while that's going on, we're gonna go to the next one. That's gonna be a full package of merch, including a cap, a mask, which is gonna be very useful during those times, USB stick, and a desk organizer, invented by Mr. ICOM himself. That package is going to go to Furkan, Tango Alpha 7 Alpha Oscar Foxtrot. So congratulations to Turkey.
Also Furkan,
as before, yes, please respond to chat.
Reach out to us, exactly. I just saw Susan responded, so congratulations again to the Netherlands. Furkan, please reach out to us. You will have some minutes, and Marcus, go ahead.
Yes, so the same package again. We got another one that we're gonna give away this time. This is going to go to Anthony, Kilo 6 Yankee Whiskey. So congratulations to the US. As well, the usual deal, please comment in chat or write us an email at pr@ham-yota.com. So we can get back to you and get shipping and everything sorted out.
Okay,
and
also
now,
Anthony, you have some more minutes. Just respond, as Marcus just said, pr@ham-yota.com. And let's see if you're still on the stream. So Marcus, big prize going
yes,
is
big
going
prize,
to be ahead.
and ICOM ID 4100 Echo, so the European version. That is, but should work in any region. Anyways, that one is going to go to drum roll. Matthew, Zulu Sierra 1, Papa Delta. So congratulations to South Africa.
So also Matthew, if you are still around in one of the chats on Twitch, on YouTube or Facebook, please comment now on the stream. I just saw that Furkan and Anthony, both of them replied. So these packages are secured. So Susie, Anthony and Furkan, congratulations again. We will reach out to you via the email address you provided on the Google form shortly after the stream tonight. And Matthew from South Africa, please respond in the comments now, and so we can verify that you're still around. Let's see, Marcus, anything more to say here, or can we proceed with the last question?
That's all the raffling we have today. We decided to reserve some merch packages and so on for the next YOTA online events. Get some more viewers, as that has worked very well this time. So for all those that didn't get anything today, there's gonna be another chance, although no radio, unfortunately, but still exciting and useful merch. Yeah, no radio for now. There's gonna be one in the future again.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, the next times we'll still have exciting icon merch to give away. So another chance next month. Anyways, back to you, Phil.
Thank you, Marcus. And again, also many thanks to our sponsor, who was ICOM, providing us these special prizes for the December special today. Thanks again to those guys in charge there. Very appreciated, and I think the youngsters also appreciate your work there. So we will proceed with the final question round. Again, Matthew from South Africa, please respond on the chat. As far as I have seen, there has been no answer from you.
There has been an answer.
There has been an answer.
So yes, great.
Perfect. So every package is solved. Thanks again for participating. So I will hand over back to Claudia and Martina and our guests from tonight. So please feel free to grab the microphone again.
Yeah, thank you, Philip and Marcus, and also congratulations to our winners for this time. So as short questions for our guests in the end, we actually already had Maria answering it. Maybe you guys can just shortly tell us what is your favorite thing in Hamradio. So one thing you enjoy a lot in Hamradio.
I enjoy a lot. Okay, I said DXing, but at the moment also I'm teaching young people, and I really try to improve of youngsters to this hobby and to give them chance to try something new. So I'm enjoying so much in teaching youngsters because they are our future, and I know that I'm doing a writing together with other my friends, older friends from the radio club, and I can proudly say that our radio club is full of young people, and I think it's a pretty unfortunately it's not so usual today, but from my experience I know, and we have I'd say some recipe how to involve the young people, and yes, pretty huge successful for us. I'm so proud.
That's super nice to hear. That's really nice. Wilma, are you ready to answer this question?
Sorry, I missed the guest question.
Yeah, no problem. Just shortly tell us, what is your favorite thing in Hamradio? Just a short answer.
Short answer.
You can also do a longer one if
okay. Well,
if you need.
I'll say couple things only. I really enjoy like those sit chat QSOs with older people on the radio talking about the rainy days and them explaining their stuff. And I'm just like so amazed about how people have different stories. And I really like to chat on the radio. And also, really, my favorite thing is also flora fauna, going out to the forests, going out to the hills maybe, and setting up the station there and getting some outdoors time and having fun with the QSOs and trying to be heard from there. And maybe another thing would be also the young events that we have with youngsters. I really enjoy the events.
That's great. That's a really good answer. Luca, are you ready to answer also our questions? What's your favorite thing about Hamradio?
Yeah, of course. Well, I think as electronic technician, I think like the funnest part for me is like the DIY side. So just maybe find an idea or like listen to my friends and just say, okay, it would be nice if we can get like these things. And if we're not able to find anything like to buy, or if maybe too expensive, we can always like build it. So we have a lot of technicians in our YOTA Italy group. So we have like software engineers, electronics engineers. So we're able to to make the full project of what we are doing and then realize the stuff that we want to. So for example, last year we did like the ARDF, a couple of ARDF events, and we were building our ARDF transceiver. So we both started from scratch. So we need like, we built it like the whole PCB, the whole transmitters. And we also made a couple of like optional kits, let's say, for the Baofeng, like the commercial Baofeng radio, so we were able to use those radios as ARDF transceivers. And it's kind of fun because you like find like the necessity to do something, and you find like the easiest and cheapest way to solve it. And it's the best thing because you did it by yourself and working with your friends, so you enjoy the time, and the result is very good and very satisfactory.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Luca. And also the question to our last guest, Florin, what is your favorite thing in Hamradio?
Okay, being so complex hobby, I cannot say I have just one. Of course, so I like very much going in portable in VHF contest. So it's very nice to go with the equipment and yeah, with the tent and all of these things. Even that I have most of the time to go alone because all my ham friends are not interested in this. Also, do it yourself things like STR technique, with Raspberry Pi, things like this to make all of things, all these kind of devices. Also, I like to build my own VHF antenna to experiment different schematics. And of course, I also like to work with the youngsters to bring new one in the hobby. And yeah. Also, it's sporadic in the summer, in 2 meters band is very, and the 6 meter band, and all this, almost everything. Yeah, but as I have time to give it for each part of the hobby.
Yeah, that's great. And I think that actually shows that Hamradio actually is a huge hobby and with a lot of different facets, and there are a lot of things. And yeah, I think I could also couldn't go for just one thing. There are various things, and I think you guys just showed it. We had like a huge bandwidth of a lot of different things you enjoy most. So
last year, for example, I participated in my first ARDF contest, so I ran. It was very interesting. And also I made my first SOTA activity, so I mean, you can try everything,
Yeah, that's true. And I think there are a lot of things. So even though as actually you are still you're actually in the hobby for quite some time, and you still can experience a lot of new things. And I think that's also pretty cool about our hobby. So yeah, thank you very much to each of you, Luca, Florin, Wilmer, and Maria, and of course also again to Koos and Chris, who unfortunately also had to leave us already. So yeah, many thanks. It was really nice to have you here. It was really interesting. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope our listeners as well, I'm quite sure. So yeah, thank you again. Congratulations also to our winners. And I'll shortly hand over to Philip for the session closing.
Thank you, Claudia, and everybody.
Okay, thank you all for joining us tonight. It was an awesome session, in my opinion. So many young faces, and I even count Florin in there, and Chris, who really made YOTA what it is now from the beginning. So thank you all also for this one. Yeah, so I will continue with some announcements as usual. So we have some upcoming events. The upcoming events are as follow. So there will be another YOTA online session, not on the 17th of December, but again the last Thursday of the month, which will be, let me just have a quick look, most probably the 28th of January. 28th of January will be the next YOTA online session number 9 with a to be announced topic. So after the session, we will have a little youth working group meeting and discuss what next topic there will be. Currently, there's running the December YOTA month, the DYM activity, with more information on events.ham-yota.com. I will show you some more statistics about this in a few seconds. Main thing here is we want to achieve 100,000 QSOs again, also this year. We are currently not that bad with the days being active, but shortly after this slide, I will show you some more things about this. Furthermore, there will be the International Kids Day activity by the ARRL Society in the US, organized by the society in the US on the 2nd of January in 2021, where a lot of kids and youngsters will be on the air on HF, VHF, UHF, so everywhere on the bands. Give them a call and get their first experience on the bands as good as possible. Exactly. Then some statistics for the moment. We have, as I said, the December YOTA month. Currently, we're at about 36,000 QSOs, having 47 participating stations. There was one joining today after we created the PowerPoint. So we have 47 stations active. We also have already nearly 600 awards downloaded free of charge from our homepage. So just go to events.ham-yota.com or just type into your browser December YOTA month, and you will find the first link directly redirecting to this page. And you can download your award for free. Our IT guys were working very hard to get this online. There will be also a function for shortwave listeners, hopefully this week, if not by the beginning of next week, where shortwave listeners can apply for awards as well and can download them for free as well. So just stay tuned there. We will announce this once this is ready and deployed, ready and live on the website, on our social media channels. So just have a look there to be up to date with all the information regarding December YOTA month. And yeah, we also announced wooden plaques this year for the first time in 7 different categories. The rules for these will be online as well shortly on the website. you can check out the exact categories on our social media channels where we have uploaded them already, and the rules, as I said, will be published shortly after. So we would appreciate a lot of QSOs within December YOTA month. A lot of stations with YOTA suffixes are on the air, and just work them so we can approach the 100,000 QSOs like last year again. Session closing. So as always, the reminder to please follow us on all our profiles on social media, as well as we appreciate your feedback via pr@ham-yota.com, either via email or direct messages, or just post in our groups on social media, on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok, where we are @hamyota, and on Instagram, where we are @hamyota_official. And we would appreciate your feedback. What can we make better? What did you like the most for today's session? Every feedback is really, really appreciated, so we can work on the show. Furthermore, we are currently doing the first content on our Instagram Reels account, as well as on TikTok. We have already uploaded, I think, 3 different videos, so feel free to check it out there as well. We would appreciate a like and a share if possible. And so check it out here. I just saw that Chris is probably available again. Claudia, if you want to ask him the last question, and then I will close the session.
Yeah, so let's check. Chris, are you here for answering a really short question?
Yes, I'm back.
Perfect. So it's nice to also have you here again shortly. So in the end, we just wanted to ask everyone, what is your favorite thing in ham radio?
Just a second, I muted everything else. Favorite thing? Well, there are actually plenty, but for me, it's always been contesting most of the time. So it's something that you have to experience in order to understand contesting overall, because we can play football, we can play basketball, and do every other stuff as well. But it's the full weekend, the 48-hour weekend, where you can push yourself mentally and physically. It's something that always excites me, and also improving the station, building, trying to be better and better. This is definitely my number one part of ham radio, but also getting together ham fests, the YOTA project, and everything else as well. What I'm not really interested in about, but I think it will take time. I don't know much about the new digital modes, FT8, FT4, JT65, but one day, I promise, one day I will get there as well. But yeah, if I would have to choose, then contesting, and then of course all the people around me, that should be the answer.
Yeah, great. Thank you. And as we can see, we have a lot of different things. And also for you, I also just said it before, like even though you're in the hobby for quite some time, there's always something new to experience. As you said, in your case, these are the digital modes. So yeah, I think that actually also shows that there is enough to do, enough to learn. So yeah, that's actually also the point why I really like ham radio. So yeah, thank you, Chris, and also thank you everyone, our guests again, and our listeners. And yeah, goodbye everyone. And yeah, shortly, Philip, if you want to say goodbye.
Yes, there was just one question popping up in the chat. I just want to answer real quick before really closing the session today. So Connor from the US asked, is there a competition between YOTA stations and countries for most QSOs? So basically, the December YOTA month is no competition. It was put together to get youngsters on the air, as our program name says. So it's not a real competition, but if you want to see the current statistics, you can go to the events homepage, events.ham-yota.com, and go to the statistics bar and see who is leading there. It's split up by call signs, so you just just go there and check it out. So yeah, this is the answer for Connor's question. Okay, good. Then really, again, the reminder, check out our Instagram Reels and TikTok for more content from our side, from the PR team. And thanks again for joining tonight's session, the 8th session sponsored by ICOM. Thank you also again to these guys, and thanks to all our guests again. We really appreciate it that you have been with us tonight. Yeah, let's see what the next session will bring to us, and we will have again a big prize draw. Next time we have some more riddles again to be coming back to normal. And yeah, meanwhile, happy New Year to all of you who I don't text or see before the New Year's Eve, as well as Merry Christmas to everybody celebrating in December. And don't forget, December YOTA month is still running, so get your stations hooked up and call those YOTA stations on the bands. It was a pleasure having you all tonight here on the show. Thanks in behalf of the whole YOTA Online team. Thanks Martina and Claudia for hosting the guests tonight, the IT team in the background, and all involved into the YOTA program. It was a pleasure having you, and hope to catch you later on the band's 73s. I'm Philip at Delta Kilo 6 Sierra Papa. Bye-bye and have a nice evening.
Bye-bye. 73.